Hola y bienvenidos otra vez aquí a ¿Qué pasa Polk? Ya ustedes saben, yo soy Anita Rivera, su anfitriona. Hoy vamos a traerle algo muy importante porque especialmente en nuestro pueblo, en nuestra raza, lo que tiene que ver con Alzheimer, nosotros no le ponemos mucha atención. Pero hoy el segmento va a ser en inglés, así que ustedes hoy van a aprender un poquito de inglés conmigo aquí en ¿Qué pasa Polk? Y vamos a darle la bienvenida a Jody del Alzheimer Association. Bienvenida, ¿Qué pasa Polk?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, Jody. I love the hair.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
In Spanish, we call a redhead, we call her una colora.
Oh, I like that.
Una colora.
I like that very much. Thank you.
Una colora. So you're adopted in ¿Qué pasa Polk?
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So Jody, tell us, where are you originally from?
So originally from Michigan. The weather was a little too chilly up there, so I migrated down to Florida.
I love that.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Florida?
About 7 years.
Okay, good.
And I'm not leaving.
Good, no matter what. That's good. So how long have you been with the Alzheimer Association?
So I've been with the Alzheimer's Association about 1.5 years now.
Okay.
Prior to my time at the Alzheimer's Association, I was in the senior living industry for a great many years, working with people with
I see the
Alzheimer's and
correlation
dementia.
there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
So I know that we met briefly, very quick, in downtown Lakeland at Cohatch. We were both doing some, errands and things like that. And I was joking with you about me sometimes forgetting things, and you said, well, then we need to get together and talk about, how you can find out. So in Spanish, we call it un cuadro, which is actually, just seeing what is the symptoms or something. So what is the Alzheimer's Association bringing new to the community that you mentioned to me briefly that we were going to talk about?
So the Alzheimer's Association brings care and support to the community. We bring educational programs. We also bring brain bus programs to the community.
Brain bus.
So brain bus. So brain bus is our mobile outreach initiative, and it really helps raise awareness about Alzheimer's and other related dementias. And with the brain bus, we actually go to more rural areas or areas that are diverse, that include that diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we were recently at the Spanish Health Fair that they had at the Pentecostal Church out on the north side. And then we have another event coming up with Polk Pride on June 17th.
Nice. We met at Cohatch in downtown Lakeland, and I kind of threw to you about me living in a community, and I wanted to know what kind of things I should be looking at because I'm forgetting a lot of things. And so I posted something the other day in our community board, and one of them happened to be that I should feel so lucky when I walk into the room that I remember why I walked in there. So how would someone as early, let's say in their 50s, or how early is it people start to notice things that they're forgetting, or is it because they got too many things on their mind, or what is el cuadro, like they say?
So it's very funny that you say something like that because friends and family are really the first to notice. Sometimes the person doesn't notice that they have changes in their cognitive ability. So it's friends and family that may notice small changes. So we have a program that discusses the 10 warning signs to Alzheimer's and dementia. So with one of them, it's memory loss that disrupts daily life. So when we talk about that, it's about asking the same question over and over and over again. And then, the normal age-related portion of that is, sometimes we forget somebody's name, but we might walk out of the room and then walk back into the room and remember it just a moment later. But with Alzheimer's and dementia, that person may ask that same question, who are you, over and over again.
I have a personal story. I remember when my dad, he had a stroke in Puerto Rico, and I went to visit, and he obviously was in his hospital room, and I walk in, and I said in Spanish to him, hi papi, and blah blah blah, and he's looking at me like almost frightened, And I says, Dad, it's me, Nani. And he's like, and he turns his face away and he starts to cry. And so I turn around and go towards the nurse and says, what's wrong with him? And she says, he's having issues remembering things. And then all of a sudden, he calls out to me and says, Nani, you came to see me? And I was like, holy moly. And she tells me that the nurse told me, it was in the VA hospital, and she says, he's been having these episodes where he doesn't remember who brought him. He doesn't, and then all of a sudden he starts to ask, why isn't my niece here to pick me up? And it's happening more frequently with him than when in the past. So
we want to set everyone up for success. It's very important to set a loved one up for success that may have some mild cognitive impairment due to stroke, or may have like the early signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's or dementia. So we say, the Alzheimer's Association, introduce yourself, set them up for success. You know, good morning, puppy, it's me, Anna. And there you go. You've set him up for success. You've told him who you are, and you've told him that it's morning.
That is a good thing. So I understand, when are the mobiles going to be, is there a particular day that they're going to go in around the community, or?
So we book them in advance so that the community knows when they're coming out to that particular community. With the upcoming Brain Bus program that we've got coming up on June 17th, that has been booked out for several months now. So if someone in the Hispanic community is interested about getting the Brain Bus to their area, then you just let me know, and we go ahead and we book it, and we see if that date works, and we get our Brain Bus out here. And we have an actual Spanish-speaking Brain Bus driver.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Very nice.
That's good. So how would someone that's watching us today wants to know, what should I be looking for, or how can I contact you so that I can somehow be, I don't know, trained or something like that for the issues with my dad or my mom, or even with my husband or wife, you know, currently? Because Alzheimer's, from what I understand, is not just a senior ailment. It happens very early too.
You're correct. Alzheimer's disease is not just for older people. People under the age of 65 that get diagnosed with the disease are called early or younger onset. So that's how we refer to someone who's been diagnosed under the age of 65. So with the Alzheimer's Association, being that we provide care and support, we have a helpline number that anyone can reach out to, and that helpline number is 1-800-272-3900. And the beauty of that number is it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, wonderful.
And it's also in 200 different languages and dialects.
Wow.
So that is very, very important with the Alzheimer's Association.
Eso está riquísimo.
We want to reach as many people as we possibly can, and know that we're out there for them. So in the state of Florida alone, so there's 580,000 people living with Alzheimer's and dementia. By 2025, that number is expected to grow by 24%, up to 720,000 individuals.
So, ya ustedes saben, por favor, pónganle atención, llamen al teléfono que ella le indicó, y si tienes alguien en casa que necesita esa ayuda, por favor, búsquensela, que yo sufrí por eso a través de mi papá. Así que gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Y I'm going to show you some Spanish one of these days, darling.
I hope so.
Okay.
Thank you so very much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate being here.
Thank you for coming. Así que esto es todo por hoy. Así que síganos aquí en las redes sociales, en YouTube y en Facebook, y siempre estén atentos a lo que trae que Pasa Polk. Yo soy Anita Rivera. Dios me los bendiga. Nos vemos en la próxima. Gracias por ver. Así que suscríbete, dale me gusta y activa la campanita de notificaciones en nuestro canal de YouTube, canal para estar al día.